Hey, happy Friday, guys. I'm going to jump right into the question, but before I do, if you hear any banging or loud noises, it's because we're currently in construction, as always. So I'm going to just plow through and pretend like I don't hear anything. But the question comes from a blog reader in Los Angeles, California, and she says, "What are your views on celebrating Halloween? Should Christians celebrate this holiday?" So, in the very nature and the direction of the question, I kind of sense where this is going. So, what I want to do is first and foremost separate the secular observance of this holiday or Christian holidays like Christmas, where we celebrate the birth of Christ, Easter, where we celebrate his resurrection, versus that of Halloween that's not rooted in any sort of Christian tradition. I will confess and I will admit that a lot of pagan iconography has creeped into culture, such as the date of December 25th. That's not the actual day that Jesus Christ was born to our great world. And the date that is deemed in the Western calendar as Easter is not the day that he physically resurrected over 2,000 years ago. With that being said, though, I think that there's a lot of religious significance in Halloween, but for druids and witches and sorcerers. And so the question, should Christians celebrate? Well, let's take a look at that word celebrate. If you want to sacrifice a cat or make a witch's stew, brew a witch's stew, then that's definitely not the conduct that Christians should participate in. We're told this explicitly in Deuteronomy 18. So there's texts that explicitly go into the conduct of Christians, and then there's texts that implicitly imply things that we should or should not be doing. But the word celebrate that you asked me, I want to go ahead and pounce on, because we don't celebrate this day and we don't worship this day on this day as we would not celebrate or worship St. Patrick or St. Valentine. Yet we engage in culture by wearing green or sending a postcard with a heart on it to tell people that we love them. So with that being said, no, we don't celebrate this specific day, but as being part of culture, to be able to balance and recognize that. Hosea 4:6 says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge. People die when they're misinformed." In my own household, my parents took a great leap and a great emphasis on educating their children on the holiday and things that are incorporated with this. But then they also incorporated a lot of things that made us understand the holiday, like the pumpkin gospel, and it glows in the dark. It's very cute. And so they made sure that we were informed on just the darkness of this holiday. And we as children of light have no business participating in deeds of darkness. Yet they allowed us to dress up. They allowed us to participate at church alternatives or even go door to door asking for candy. For me personally, I can care less about this holiday because in my parents' education of what this was actually about, we watched a documentary called Trick or Treat, and it scared my pants off. And so ever since then, I think roughly around the age of 8, I can care less. I don't dress up. Anything scary, I run away from. So I didn't necessarily like this holiday, nor do I like this holiday. But for those that choose to allow their children to participate in this holiday, I think we practice Romans 14, where the Bible is not explicitly mandating, that we don't implicitly imply that we are supposed to do things, nor throw stones at people who allow their children certain ways of engaging in culture while being mindful of what the Bible says and educating children on the dangers of this dark day. I hope this helps, and for those that decide to trick or treat, have fun, be safe, educate your children, educate those who you love. God bless. Have a great weekend.